We've all encountered them. The narcissist is the person who somehow seems to make everything about them no matter what. They bulldoze over boundaries, twist words, gaslight, and manipulate until you're left doubting reality itself. But what if you could turn the tables? What if you could learn how to make them squirm instead? Now let's be clear, this isn't about sinking to their level or exacting revenge for the sake of cruelty. Instead, this is about regaining your power, making it clear that you won't be anyone's pawn. The irony is that most narcissists can dish it out, but can't take it. Here, we're diving into 4 powerful ways to subtly torture the narcissist and start shifting the dynamic back in your favor. 1. Starve them of attention. Hit them where it hurts. If there's one thing a narcissist craves, it's attention. They need it like oxygen. Without it, they're left gasping, scrambling to get that supply somewhere else. Narcissists have a deep-seated need to be admired, noticed, and prioritized. They want to feel like they're the center of your world, even if it means that attention is negative. So, the best way to unsettle them? Starve them of that precious attention. Think about it. They've probably spent so much energy crafting a persona that demands recognition. They might subtly, or not so subtly, brag, play the victim, or create drama just to pull you back in. Imagine how powerful it would feel to respond with absolute indifference. It's not easy, but when they try to provoke you, don't bite. When they want validation or admiration, offer a neutral response, or better yet, none at all. The secret weapon: be uninteresting. This technique is pure gold for this. Be plain, dull, and uninteresting. When the narcissist tries to engage, you give them as little reaction as possible. Respond with simple yes or no answers. Offer no details, no emotions, nothing for them to feed on. When they get nothing but blandness from you, they'll feel their grip loosening, and that can be torture for a narcissist. 2. Challenge their reality. Question the truth they build around themselves. Narcissists thrive on creating their own reality. They construct a world where they're either the hero or the victim, depending on what suits them best. This narrative isn't just a preference, it's their foundation. When you start to challenge that foundation, it shakes them to the core. One effective way to do this is by asking probing questions that highlight their contradictions. For example, if they claim they're the best at something, gently bring up times they've failed or struggled. Or if they've wronged someone but insist they're in the right, ask them questions like, do you think it's possible they saw things differently? Or, how do you think your actions affected them? This isn't about picking a fight, it's about planting seeds of doubt. Narcissists hate introspection because deep down they're terrified of what they might find. Your questions poke holes in the reality they're desperately trying to maintain, leaving them feeling vulnerable, exposed, and unsteady. The key: stay calm and casual. The trick here is to keep your tone calm, almost casual. Narcissists are hypersensitive to criticism, so if they sense hostility, they'll go into defensive mode. But if you ask these questions in a genuinely curious, almost innocent way, they're more likely to engage. As they scramble to maintain their narrative, they'll become visibly uncomfortable, trying to explain away the inconsistencies in their story. 3. Set firm limits and stick to them. The one thing they can't handle. Narcissists hate boundaries. To them, boundaries are like walls blocking them from getting what they want. The idea that they don't have full control over someone else is unbearable. So naturally, one of the best ways to make a narcissist miserable is to set clear, unbreakable boundaries and then actually enforce them. Let's get practical. Boundaries could look like limiting your interactions, refusing to engage in certain topics, or setting time limits on conversations. Make it clear what's acceptable and what isn't, and be ready to follow through. For instance, if they start blaming you for their problems, calmly let them know that the conversation is over until they can talk respectfully, and then walk away. This might sound simple, but in practice it takes immense strength. Narcissists are skilled at pushing, testing, and trying to break down boundaries. They'll guilt trip, criticize, or use charm to lure you back. However, when you stay resolute, you'll see them start to lose their composure. They may try harder at first, testing to see if you're serious, but the more consistent you are, the more they'll realize that they're not in control. Here's a pro tip: scripted responses. One way to stay firm is by preparing responses ahead of time. This can keep you from getting flustered or second-guessing yourself. For example, if they try to guilt trip you, a simple "I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm sticking to my decision" can go a long way. Having these ready-to-go lines helps you maintain your boundaries without falling into their emotional traps. 4. Show genuine happiness, their worst nightmare. Here's the truth: narcissists are often miserable. They're consumed by envy, insecurity, and a need for control. So, when they see someone who's genuinely happy, it's like looking into the sun. It's blinding and painful for them. It reminds them of what they lack and may never have: inner peace and contentment. One of the best ways to torture a narcissist is by living your best life. Laugh, pursue your passions, cultivate relationships with others who genuinely care for you. Invest in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. The more radiant your happiness, the harder it is for the narcissist to bear. They may try to tear you down, criticize, or belittle you to dim that light. But here's the beauty: they can't control your happiness unless you let them. When they realize they can't ruin your mood, they'll start feeling powerless. Narcissists need to feel superior, and seeing you thrive without them chips away at their fragile ego. Even if they put on a show of indifference, trust that they're fuming inside. Your joy is a reminder of their own emptiness, and that can be the most effective revenge of all. One thing to keep in mind is that torturing a narcissist doesn't mean staying in close proximity forever. In fact, sometimes the most powerful move is to disengage completely. Once you've reclaimed your power, you may decide that you don't need them in your life at all. True freedom often means letting go of toxic connections, allowing you to live fully and freely without the burden of their manipulation. In the end, torturing a narcissist isn't about inflicting harm for harm's sake. It's about reclaiming control, enforcing boundaries, and finding peace despite their efforts to tear you down. These techniques, starving them of attention, challenging their reality, setting boundaries, and living happily, are all steps toward empowerment. You don't need to stoop to their level. You simply need to refuse to be their victim any longer. So go on. Stand firm, reclaim your power, and watch as the narcissist, usually so untouchable, starts to unravel. Remember, the best revenge isn't anger or cruelty. It's indifference, resilience, and the unshakable joy of being genuinely, unapologetically you. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, let me know by writing Stoic in comments. And if you found this insights helpful, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I will leave now 2 more videos on the screen for you to watch next. See you in the next one.